Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving deep into Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Ah, yes. A classic.
It is, and a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people say they've read it.
Beheaded.
Yeah. Who has time to read all these books cover to cover, you know?
Right.
So he found this awesome YouTube video that breaks down all the key ideas. It's like a cheat sheet
I like
to
it.
success, right? So
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about that. One of the things that's really fascinating is that Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years interviewing over 500 wealthy individuals.
That's commitment.
It is, a lot of whom started from nothing. So,
That's incredible.
yeah, imagine the secrets that he unlocked.
It's not just about the secrets, though, is it? It's about the patterns of thinking. And that's what we're going to get into today.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the most powerful things I think that this video highlights is this idea of thought power. And they start with this great story about this guy named Darby.
Oh, yeah, Darby.
Yeah, during the gold rush.
So Darby and his uncle, they're mining for gold.
Yeah.
Right? And they're convinced there's no more gold left.
Right.
So they sell all their equipment to a junk man.
Oh, no.
I know. But the junk man hires an engineer. And guess what?
What?
The engineer finds a vein of gold. Just 3 feet from where Darby stopped digging.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
I know. It's crazy,
Yeah.
right? So Darby's belief that he would fail led him to actually walk away from a fortune.
It makes you think about all those times when you've given up on something or you're working on a project and you're like, this is never going to work. What if you're just 3 feet away from your gold mine
What if?
and it's your thoughts that are holding you back?
Precisely.
That's powerful.
And on the other side of that, you've got the story of Steven Spielberg sneaking onto the Universal lot because he was determined to be a director.
Wow.
I know. He literally created his own opportunities
Yeah.
through action, fueled by belief.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really inspiring. And it shows you how powerful our thoughts can be. So if you believe in success, you're more likely to act in ways that create success.
Right.
But the opposite is also true.
Yeah.
Failure consciousness can become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So it's not enough to just, think about being successful or daydream about it. There has to be like a deeper level of wanting it.
Yeah,
Right.
totally. It's like the burning your ships analogy from the video.
Oh, yeah. I love that one.
Right, it's total commitment. There's no going back. If you burn your ships, you have to succeed.
Right.
And that's the kind of desire that we need.
Right.
Hill argues, to achieve success,
The burning desire.
a burning desire. You can't just wish for wealth. You have to crave it to the point where it consumed you,
Yeah.
to the point where it drives every decision, every action, every thought.
So how do we cultivate that?
Well, the video lays out 6 concrete steps to turn that desire into reality.
Oh, yeah.
First, you have to define the exact amount of money you want.
Okay, so you need to be specific.
Very specific, no wishy-washy, I want to be rich stuff. Second, figure out what you're willing to give in return.
Okay,
Success always requires sacrifice.
right.
Third, set a deadline,
Huh.
a definite point in time when you want to achieve your goal.
So you're putting a stake in the ground.
Exactly.
Okay.
4, create a plan. Don't just dream about it. Make a step-by-step roadmap.
Okay.
5, take action.
Love it.
You can't just sit around and wait for things to happen.
Right.
And 6, write down your goals and read them aloud twice daily.
Wow. So you're constantly reminding yourself of what you're working toward.
Exactly. It's like programming your mind for success.
That's so cool. I love how it takes something that can feel so abstract, like desire, and turns it into something actionable, like steps you can actually take.
Exactly.
And I love the story that they tell about Napoleon Hill's son, Blair,
Oh, yes.
who was born without ears.
Yes. A powerful example of the power of unwavering desire.
It is. Tell me more about that.
So Blair was born without ears,
Uh-huh.
and doctors doubted he would ever hear or speak properly. But Hill refused to accept that. He instilled in Blair this burning desire to overcome his challenge.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know. And it worked. Blair learned to hear and speak with the help of hearing aids.
That's amazing.
And he went on to help countless others by working for a hearing aid company.
What an incredible story. It really shows you that, you can overcome any obstacle if you have that belief, that unwavering desire.
It's true.
Yeah. So we've got burning desire.
Yes.
We've got belief in ourselves.
Yes.
What about belief in our vision?
That's where faith comes in.
Okay.
And the video uses the story of Charles M. Schwab to illustrate this principle.
Okay. Remind me about him.
So Schwab, he had this dream of uniting all these different steel mills under one corporation to create U.S. Steel.
Right, right.
Everyone told him it couldn't be done. He needed massive funding. Plenty had tried and failed before him.
Right.
But Schwab, he had unwavering confidence in his vision.
And he had to go to J.P. Morgan, right, to get the funding.
He did.
One of the most influential financiers of the time.
And he persuaded him to back his venture.
It's incredible to think that, that belief was what allowed him to pull that off.
It's a testament to the power of our internal state
Yeah.
to influence external reality.
It's amazing.
So we've got the burning desire, the unshakable faith. But how do we make it happen? How do we turn that vision into reality?
Right, because it can't just be, like wishing upon a star.
Exactly. And that's where we get into this idea of autosuggestion.
Okay, I'll be honest. When I first heard that word, I was like, what?
It can sound a little woo-woo,
It does.
but think of it like this. Your subconscious mind
Okay.
is this powerful control center.
Right.
Autosuggestion is a way to influence it by consistently feeding it positive, emotionally charged affirmations.
Okay. So it's not just like, oh, I want to be rich.
No,
Oh.
it's about creating this vivid picture in your mind of already living that life you want.
Oh, interesting.
It's about feeling the emotions
Okay.
as if it's already real.
Wow.
Because remember, our subconscious doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality.
Mm-hmm.
The more vividly you can create that picture,
Yeah.
the more your subconscious will work to make it a reality.
So it's like, instead of just hoping for something, you're like living it in your mind.
Exactly.
Like that?
And the video uses this great analogy. They say, your subconscious is like a VIP club, right?
Yeah.
To get a thought past the bouncer, you need a pass. And that pass is strong emotion.
Interesting.
It's like when you buy a new car
Yeah.
and suddenly you see the same model everywhere.
Yes, totally.
That's your subconscious tuning in
Yeah.
because of the emotional connection you have with your new car.
Wow, that is a great analogy.
So there are some practical techniques
Okay.
to make autosuggestion work for you.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
1, write down your goals. Put them in visible places.
Okay.
2, set reminders on your phone.
Love it.
Even create vision boards.
Yeah.
The key is consistency.
Right?
Make those affirmations a regular part of your routine.
Okay.
So they truly sink into your subconscious.
Awesome. So we've laid the foundation with, that burning desire,
Yeah.
unshakable faith.
Yes.
And now we're using auto-suggestion to program our minds for success.
Exactly.
What's the next layer in this blueprint for achieving our goals?
Well, we often hear that knowledge is power.
Right.
But Hill argues that it's not just any knowledge. It's specialized knowledge that truly makes the difference.
Oh, interesting.
And that leads us to the story of Henry Ford and his famous court case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The one where he was questioned about his lack of formal education.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't need to know everything. I have people for that.
Exactly. He said, I have a team of experts who can provide me with any knowledge I need.
Right. It's about having access to the right information at the right time.
Precisely. And this is where Hill's concept of the mastermind comes in.
Ah, the mastermind.
Yeah.
The idea that no one achieves greatness alone.
Precisely. Both Henry Ford and Andrew Carnegie,
Mm.
two titans of industry, leveraged the power of the mastermind to achieve their success.
And the mastermind is essentially just a group of people who come together
Yeah.
to support each other.
To collaborate, to achieve a shared goal.
Right, and they each bring their unique expertise, experience, connections to the table.
Exactly. Amplifying each other's strengths, overcoming individual weaknesses.
It makes you think, what kind of mastermind would I need to build to reach my goals?
That's a great question.
And who would I need to become to be a valuable member of that group?
That's something to ponder, and something we can explore further in the next part of our deep dive.
I'm excited. Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We were talking about specialized knowledge and the power of the mastermind. So let's move on to the fifth principle from Think and Grow Rich. Imagination. Hill argues that imagination is the workshop of the mind, where all those brilliant ideas are born.
It's like the birthplace of creativity.
Exactly. And Hill distinguishes between two forms of imagination: synthetic imagination and creative imagination.
Okay. What's the difference?
So synthetic imagination is about rearranging existing ideas,
Okay.
like taking proven concepts and adapting them to new situations.
So it's not about coming up with something completely new.
Right. It's about taking what already works and finding new ways to apply it.
Kind of like remixing a hit song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're using familiar elements, but creating something fresh and new.
I like that. So it's a great starting point.
Right. It is. Hill suggests that developing your synthetic imagination is a great way to get started. Look for ideas that have already proven successful and find ways to apply them to your own goals.
I can see how that would be really helpful,
Huh.
especially if you're feeling stuck.
Exactly. And once you've mastered the art of remixing, you can move on to creative imagination.
Okay, so that's where the truly groundbreaking ideas come in.
Precisely. Creative imagination is about generating entirely new ideas, those never-before-seen concepts that change the game.
The aha moments.
Exactly. And the video uses the story of Coca-Cola to illustrate this.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So Asa Candler, the man who bought the Coca-Cola formula, didn't actually invent the drink,
Right.
but he had a genius for marketing. He came up with all these innovative ideas, like using bright red barrels and banners to make the brand stand out. He even pioneered the use of coupons.
Wow, I never thought about that. Coupons are so commonplace now.
I know,
Right.
but back then, it was a revolutionary idea.
It shows you the power of thinking differently.
It does. But Hill also cautions that imagination without action is just daydreaming.
Right. You have to actually do something with those ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where the sixth principle comes in organized planning.
So it's about having a blueprint, a roadmap to success.
Precisely. Organized planning involves not only creating a detailed plan, but also assembling the right team to help you execute it. And this is where the mastermind comes back into play.
So it's about collaboration, not going it alone.
Exactly. Each member of your mastermind brings their unique expertise, experience, and network to the table.
Right, so you can leverage each other's strengths.
Exactly. Together, you can brainstorm ideas, refine your plans, and hold each other accountable.
It's like having a built-in support system.
It is, but the planning process isn't static. It needs to be flexible, adaptable.
Because things don't always go according to plan.
Exactly. There will be setbacks, challenges along the way.
So it's about being able to adjust course when necessary.
Precisely. And embracing those setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow.
Like Thomas Edison said, I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
Exactly. It's about having that persistence, that resilience to keep going, even when faced with obstacles.
So we've got imagination, we've got organized planning. What else do we need to turn our dreams into reality?
Well, the video also emphasizes the importance of providing value.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Hill argues that true financial success comes from creating something that benefits others.
So it's not just about making money for yourself.
Right. It's about making a positive impact on the world.
I like that. It's about finding that sweet spot where your passions and abilities intersect with a real need in the marketplace.
Exactly. And that brings us to the seventh principle from Think and Grow Rich decision.
So this is where we move from dreaming and planning to actually taking action.
Precisely. It's time to stop procrastinating and start making those bold moves that will propel you toward your goals.
It's about making a decision and committing to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we'll delve deeper into the power of decision-making and the remaining principles in the final part of our deep dive.
Okay, we're back, ready to wrap up our deep dive into Think and Grow Rich.
Let's do it.
We've talked about the power of thought, burning desire, auto-suggestion, specialized knowledge masterminds.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
Yeah.
But now it's time to talk about actually putting all of this into practice.
Absolutely. And that's where Hill's principle of decision comes in.
Decision, okay.
He says that procrastination is one of the biggest roadblocks to success.
Oh, yeah. I can relate to that.
It's that voice in our head that tells us, I'll start tomorrow, or I'm not ready yet.
It's so easy to get caught up in planning and preparation that we never actually take that first step.
Exactly. But successful people, they make decisions quickly and change them slowly, if at all. While those who struggle with success, they tend to make decisions slowly and change them frequently.
So it's about trusting your gut, having the courage to commit to a course of action.
Exactly.
And seeing it through.
Even when you don't have all the answers.
Right. Because you never will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once you've made that decision, you need persistence to see it through.
Persistence, okay.
Hill argues that temporary defeat is not the same as failure.
I like that.
It's simply a sign that we need to adjust our approach.
It's like that saying, fall 7 times, stand up 8.
Exactly. It's about having the resilience to keep going, even when faced with setbacks.
So how do we cultivate that resilience?
Well, Hill says we need to cultivate a positive mental attitude.
Okay, positive thinking.
He emphasizes that fear and negativity can paralyze us, while optimism and self-belief give us the power to overcome challenges.
Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Exactly. Our beliefs shape our reality.
So powerful.
And Hill goes even further. He suggests that our thoughts have a magnetic quality.
What?
What we focus on we attract.
So if we're constantly thinking about negative things,
We're more likely to attract negative experiences.
and if we focus on the positive,
We attract more positivity into our lives.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's about creating an environment, surrounding ourselves with influences that support our goals, our growth.
Precisely. And this brings us to Hill's concept of the sixth sense.
The sixth sense.
Okay,
Okay, this is where it gets a little mysterious.
it can sound that way. But Hill describes it as a kind of intuition, a gut feeling that guides us towards our true path.
Like an inner compass.
Exactly. And the video connects this concept to more modern ideas
Mm.
like intuition and flow states.
Those moments when we're completely in the zone.
Precisely, Hill believed that we could develop our sixth sense through meditation and introspection.
So taking time to quiet the mind, connect with that inner wisdom.
Exactly.
This has been an amazing deep dive.
It has.
I feel like I have a whole new perspective on Think and Grow Rich
I'm glad to hear that.
and on success in general.
It's not just about luck or talent. It's about cultivating the right mindset and taking consistent action.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question to ponder. What specialized skills do you want to develop to create even more value and attract more abundance in your life?
And what actions can you take today, no matter how small, to move closer to your goals?
Remember, success isn't a destination. It's a journey.
It's about continuous learning, growing, evolving.
And never underestimate the power of your thoughts and beliefs.
Because whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
Well said. That's a wrap for this deep dive into Think and Grow Rich. Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.